Good day, everyone. I'm Shitu Ibrahim. I'm going to be your host on this program tagged Moment with Prof. Moment with Prof is a program on YouTube channel that will be coming to us almost every time. It is advisable for us to try as much as possible to subscribe to this channel so that we'll be able to have access to this intriguing program. Moment with Prof is dedicated to free education training for self-development. I mean free education and training for self-development. The essence of this is to ensure that free education, training, and self-development is being taken to the doorsteps of every one of us, irrespective of whom you are, irrespective of your age, irrespective of your class, irrespective of your education. We're supposed to be able to develop ourselves. We should be able to have self-development irrespective of where we are. So we decided to come up with this program so that everyone will benefit from this particular program. The essence of this, as I've said earlier, is for us to be able to develop ourselves through education and training. So please ensure that you subscribe to this channel so that I'll be able to have access to this program at every point in time. On this program, as I've said, we will be coming up with several programs. We will be featuring a lot of people whom I could describe as influencers or motivators, those that will be able to influence us as an individual. We will be coming up with people that have been successful in their respective fields that will be able to let us know how can we also be successful in life. We'll be coming up with a lot of training that can develop us as a person. We'll be coming up with a lot of programs that can develop us as a person, and most especially, a lot of programs that will be able to let us know how we can even make money for ourselves while at the same time developing ourselves. So please, let's try as much as possible to subscribe to this channel so that we'll be able to have a lot of benefits that will be attached to this program. So believe me, it's going to be an exciting moment with Prof. Always join us. Thank you. Today, we'll be having an exciting program. Exciting topic we'll be treating today. And the topic we'll be talking about today will be tagged how to make money with a niche. How can we make money with our niche? At first, it's very necessary for us to know what a niche is. A niche market is a subset of a market in which one focused or specialized on. As an individual, it is very essential for us to be able to identify a niche in which we expect to develop ourselves on, and at the same time we make money from such niche. Let me ask us a question. For example, can you imagine that every day you leave your house in the morning and you come back at night? Can you imagine how much you've spent from morning till night? That is, every time you go out, you spend money. Even while you are at home, even if you didn't go out, you buy one thing or the other. Have you ever asked yourselves, has people been also paying you money? If you are a salary earner, even without besides your salary, do you always receive as you give out? It's very necessary for us to be able to receive the way we give out if we are able to identify our niche and develop such niche. So this is the reason why I feel it's very necessary for us to discuss what a niche is. And we understanding our niche will definitely develop us as an individual. And at the end of the day, we'll be able to make money from such niche. So having a niche means you are able to identify a problem, and after identifying such problem, you are able to come with a solution to such problem. We are in a world where we have a lot of problems. You'll be able to identify a lot of problems related to your community, related to irrespective of where you are. Even outside your community, because we are now in a global world. A problem identified elsewhere can also be solved anywhere you are, and such problem you've solved, such person or wherever the person is will be able to have access to the solution to the problem because we are in a global village. So the essence of this is for us to be able to identify our niche. Having understand what a niche is as an individual, you should ask yourself, have you been able to identify your niche? Have you been able to identify any niche you feel should be able to fetch you money? It's very essential for you to be able to identify this as an individual for self-development. So now let's look at steps to find a niche. As an individual, if you've not known, any niche you intend to go through. And if you've not been able to identify any niche, these are the steps you need to follow for you to be able to identify such niche. The first is for you to be able to identify your passion or your interest to make it your passionate niche. Do you have a passion? Do you have an interest? Yes. If your answer is yes, then you've gotten a niche. Or let me say you've almost gotten a niche. It's very essential for you to be able to identify that passion. There is a saying that says, do what you like best as a profession and you'll never work for the rest of your life. The reason is because if you've been able to identify what you like most, while doing this as a job, at the same time, you're also doing it as a hobby. For example, I love teaching. Me teaching, anytime I'm teaching, it means I can never be bored while teaching because that is what I love doing and make money while doing what I love most. The same thing, if you've been able to identify that you love selling things, marketing, if marketing has been your niche, it's been your interest, then follow it and make money from it. Which means while doing it, you will not be bored, you'll be interested, you'll be happy doing what you like most. And at the same time, you will be making money from what you are doing, which is what you like. After you've been able to identify that passion, then you prioritize and identify those passions based on your strengths. We may have several passions, we may have our passions, but irrespective of the passions we have, it's good for us to be able to prioritize them. After prioritizing them, then you should be able to attach strengths to respective strengths you've been able to identify. Oh, I prefer this to this, I prefer this to this. You should be able to prioritize. After prioritizing, then you confirm your niche market value. You can use Google to do this. For example, you can ask Google, what are the most profitable niche? For you to know, I love doing this, I love doing this, I love doing this. But this thing I like doing is profitable. What is the market value of this where I am? What is the global market value of this niche I have, of this interest I have, or this passion I have? So this will really guide you on how to go about your niche. Because you prioritize them, you now feel it's better for you to know if it is valuable, if it is profitable or not, so that you'll be able to know which exactly you are going to go for. Then after that, you review trend of the niche market. You now have to see, you prefer this niche or you have this niche or that niche. In as much you've been able to identify those niche with your strength, then it's better for you to be able to know the strength. You've actually know the value, but the value of this niche, what is the trend of it? What was the value last year? What was the value 2 years ago? What was the value 3 years ago? Is it increasing or decreasing? If increasing, it is at an increasing rate. It's very good for you to know the trend of the market you want to go into. You can do this using Google Trend. You can also do it using Facebook Audience Insight for you to be able to have idea about the trend of the niche market. Then after that, you identify the problem within your niche. You've identified a niche. Then the particular niche you've identified, definitely there must be a problem. In every research, problem statement is very essential. If there is no problem, then there is no niche, because every niche intends to solve a particular problem. So you should be able to identify that problem which you intend to solve. So after doing that, you try as much as possible to identify your audience, which is very important. After identifying your audience, then you adopt the niche you decide to go for. After doing that, you promote your niche continuously. It's very necessary for you to promote. We are in the global world. Anywhere you are, anyone can have access to your niche. So make sure you always promote your niche. And at the end of the day, you adopt audience review. It's very essential to know if you are performing well or you are not, or if you are not performing well. So we're going to stop today here because of time. We have lots and lots to share with you on this. At the end of this topic, I expect that it's very essential for us to be able to identify our niche, and not only identifying it, you should have it at the back of your mind. You are going to make money with that niche